Hello and welcome to New Mexico Rising. My name is Dan. Each week, Abby and I try to bring people from across the country to talk to us about things we could do right here in New Mexico. On this week's show, we got this.
Keep your day job, Dan. No, just kidding.
All of that and more right here on New Mexico Rising.
With the holidays approaching, there's a lot of buzz about what makes the perfect gift for book lovers. And e-readers are on top of that list. Today, we have Kevin Keith, Vice President of Kindle of Amazon, joining us to talk about the latest e-reader tech and how you can choose the right one this holiday season. Good morning.
Good morning. Great to be with you.
Kevin, what can you tell us about the latest technology in e-readers? What's new and exciting?
Well, we're excited to bring a whole new device lineup this year to Kindle for the first time in our history, our long 17-year history, including the first ever color Kindle. And so this device brings color that's easy on the eyes, but still vibrant. You can see your book covers in color. So really excited to bring that to our customers. And then we also have the new Kindle Scribe. So this is kind of our newest Kindle, which has a 10-inch screen. It enables reading and writing. So it comes with a pen and you can write directly in the pages of your book, in the margins of a book, or in a separate notebook for to-do lists and journaling. So excited to have a wide range of Kindles this coming holiday.
Hey, can you tell me a little bit more about the color screens that are being introduced? What are the benefits for the readers?
Yeah, so this color, bringing it to Kindle, enables you to see your book covers, like you can see here in color, but also things like comic books in color. Travel guides are now in color, so you can see maps. You can highlight in color. So people will love to see just their books in color, but also be able to have more content that they love to see in color as well.
And Kindle has quite a few models now. Can you walk us through what the options are?
Sure. We start with our, kind of most compact and affordable. It's 6 inches. You throw it easily into your bag. Great for traveling, great for the train. If it's a new Kindle user and they want a more affordable device, that's the best place to start. Our classic is the Kindle Paperwhite. That is our most popular device. And that's now just got an upgrade to be even faster, our fastest Kindle yet. And then, of course, we just talked about ColorSoft and then the Kindle Scribe. So we have 4 different devices for 4 different types of customers, depending on what they want to do.
And what should people consider whenever they're looking for an e-reader as a gift?
Well, if you go to Amazon.com/Kindle, you can learn about all those different devices that we just talked about. You can learn about what might be best for the bookworm in your family, or if you want to think about yourself, you can put on the wish list there. We also talk about 2 Kindle for kids devices. So our entry Kindle and the Paperwhite have kids editions that have a cover, come with books included, and a 2-year worry-free guarantee. So kids are really love getting into Kindle for the first time.
And how do you know which one's right for the reader in your life?
Well, for me, I could tell you my favorites are now the Kindle ColorSoft and the Kindle Scribe. I use those every day. The ColorSoft, I read at night, and I love to have that experience. And then during the day, I'm taking notes on my Kindle Scribe. And so I think that a lot of people will like those 2 devices. But if you go to Amazon.com/Kindle, you can learn about them all and see what's right for you or someone in your family.
And one more time, where can our audiences go to learn more about these devices?
Amazon.com/Kindle is the place to go.
Kevin, thanks so much for joining us today.
Great to be with you.
From fine lines to the mysteries of exceptional aging, Dr. Rolanda Wilkerson, a principal scientist and senior director at Olay, is here to unveil the findings from Olay's groundbreaking multi-decade ethnicity study. She's here to dive into how our skin evolves with age and the key ingredients proven to slow the process. So let's welcome to the show, Dr. Wilkerson. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. Can you tell us about Olay's multi-decade ethnicity study?
I sure can. Well, recently, Stanford University released a study that shows how we age in rapid bursts, around 44 and in our 60s. At Olay, we are experts in skin biology, and in our groundbreaking multi-decade and ethnicity study, we actually found that our skin ages in tipping points at every single decade. During the study, we analyzed over 20,000 unique genes, and we showed that there's something happening at every single decade, including at as early as our 20s, there's a decline in skin's ability to fight free radicals. Then there's a decline in skin energy in our 30s. In our 40s, there's cellular senescence, and that leads to sagging and skin thinning. Then there's a decline in a skin barrier function in our 50s, and all of this is actually accelerated in our 60s. And this is why we want to make sure we are caring for our skin on a regular basis with effective products.
Can you explain the discovery of exceptional skin agers and how it's influencing personalized skincare?
Yes. Olay discovered a group of people in the study that we deemed as exceptional agers because their genes were much more active. This prompted us to dig a little bit deeper into how to make everyone's genes more active as well. Researchers uncovered a unique gene expression, or something called a fingerprint, and that's a pattern identifying a group of people that don the exceptional aging gene. These women look much younger than the others in their same age group without having a cosmetic procedure. The interesting thing is we all carry those genes, but the genes were actually much more active in this group of people, and that prompted us to look into those genes, understand the processes they control, and whether or not the learnings from the gene fingerprint could really be applied to advancing personalized skincare technologies and developing the right products with the right ingredient.
So what kind of ingredients can help slow down that aging process?
Well, we took all of those insights and we identified ingredients like niacinamide and aminopeptide, which helps to decrease the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, as well as glycerin, which really works to hydrate the skin. We looked at the right combination of those ingredients in a formula within Olay Micro-Sculpting Cream, and that provides benefits all in one jar to really help to reverse and prevent some of the signs of aging that we see on skin.
Dr. Wilkerson, where can we go for more information?
From now through the end of the year, check out Olay's rebate on Olay.com, and that allows you to earn $10 back when you spend $30 or more on Olay products. To claim this rebate, go to Olay.com/uplate rebate.
Thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Veterans Day is around the corner, but honoring our military shouldn't stop there. Today, we have Ken Fisher, CEO of the Fisher House Foundation, joins us to share how we can make meaningful contributions to veterans all year round. Whether it's in our workplace or through volunteer opportunities, there's always ways we can support those who've served. Ken, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Ken, could you start by sharing some of the challenges veterans and their families face today?
Yeah, they're numerous, but I think that here we are 3 years after our latest deployment to Afghanistan. And as we know, the signature wounds of the global war on terror over the last 20 years was post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury. And left untreated, it has resulted in some very sobering and tragic statistics. Over the 20 years of the global war on terror, we lost 30,100 men and women to suicide, as opposed to 7,000 men and women on the battlefield. So we were four times likely to lose a serviceman, woman, or veteran to suicide than to a battlefield casualty. Now, there's always been a stigma associated with coming forward and seeking treatment for mental health. We have to do a much better job, not only at getting these men and women to come forward, but getting rid of that stigma, removing that stigma that keeps so many people from coming into the light of treatment and keeping them in the darkness of their suffering.
And Fisher House Foundation has become such an important support system. Can you tell us more about its mission?
Yes. The primary mission of Fisher House is to build comfort homes at the various Department of Defense and Veterans hospitals around the country and now around the world, where families can stay for no charge for as long as they need to. Now, that removes the financial burden, but it's what happens inside the houses that's so compelling. These families support each other. They all know what each other is going through, so it makes it easy for them to support each other, to lean on each other, to help each other through the good days and the bad days, because not every story has a happy ending. But I think at the end, having this service available to them makes them better caregivers and ultimately makes the patient a better patient.
And for communities and individuals looking to help, what are some of the ways to make a real difference for veterans?
That's a little bit more difficult to answer because it's very individual. It's however you decide to get involved. Again, there's this lack of commonality of experience because only 1% served this nation in uniform during the global war on terror. So, for us civilians, we need to take a more time to educate ourselves about the plight of the military family, about the sacrifices and the burdens that have been carried on our behalf that have resulted in the defense of our freedom. We owe these men and women so much that it's a debt that we could never repay. But we can start by educating ourselves, by educating others, by making sure if there's a veteran who lives in your community, that veteran is okay, that they're getting help if they need it, and that they're getting the treatment and the thanks that they deserve.
How does the Fisher House Foundation directly impact the lives of veterans and their families?
Well, I think by offering them the free lodging, it's helped 500,000 family members save $600 million in lodging and travel. But it's the other initiatives that and programs that we offer that if you visit our website, which is fisherhouse.org, you can learn more about what we do and how we do it. What you will learn is that for 20 straight years, we've gotten an A+ rating from the charity watchdog groups that exist. So if you donate to us, you can be sure that the money is going to be used the way you want it to. And I think that's very important today.
Where can people find more information on the Fisher House and ways to get involved?
As I said, fisherhouse.org is our website. It will give you a lot of different ways to get involved. It'll familiarize yourself with some of the issues that they face, the veterans and their families. But the most important thing is start on Veterans Day. But remember that this is a 365-day-a-year initiative, that we can do a better job of saying thank you, and also to hold our elected officials accountable and make sure that they are following through with the promises that they make, especially around Election Day, in helping our veterans and receive what they need.
Ken, we appreciate you joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. Happy Veterans Day.
We're all familiar with moments of negotiation, whether it's at work, family, or out in the world. So here to share his insights on how to manage that process and even turn it to our advantage is Cash Nickerson, author of The 7 Tensions of Negotiation. So welcome to the show. Hello, Cash. How are you?
Oh, good morning. I'm terrific. Thank you.
All right. What led you to write The 7 Tensions of Negotiations, and what's kind of unique about the tensions that you discuss?
Sure. Well, I wrote it because I didn't find the answers in traditional literature in books like Getting to Yes or even Never Split the Difference. It just didn't comport with my 40 years of doing negotiations and teaching negotiation. I want to start with where it begins when you negotiate. When you sit down to negotiate or start a negotiation, the first thing you should feel is tension. Too often, we don't feel the tension. And when we don't, it manifests itself eventually by a blow up or maybe a give up. So tension's the starting point.
Can you explain why tension is important in negotiation, and how can we use that to our advantage?
Yeah, sure. Well, think of it this way. If two people want the same thing, there's going to be stress. If two people disagree, there's going to be stress. And that stress causes, tension within you. And the key is identifying what is the tension coming from. Is it the relationship? Is it the power? Is it the outcome that you're worried about? Is it timing? Is it the process of getting from here to there? All of these tensions could be present. And if you attack the wrong one, you're going to have a very bad negotiation. If you're feeling the pressure because of timing, you need to address the timing tension. But instead, we often just attack the other person and we hurt the relationship, which is a very different kind of tension. So it's critical to identify and address the tension you're really dealing with.
You also mentioned that competitiveness and collaboration both play roles in negotiation. How can people find the right balance between each of these?
Yeah, people who teach collaborative negotiation often make fun of competitive negotiation as being a bad thing. But you know what? At the end of the day, if there's an orange between us, you don't want the peeling. I'll say, I'll take the orange, you take the peeling. That's a win-win. You want the orange. I want the orange. And we're going to end up splitting that orange in half probably. But you need to balance competitiveness with collaboration. And the key to doing that, again, is understanding the tensions and feeling them, identifying them to get to a resolution.
So what's one strategy that you think is essential for negotiating successfully, whether it's like at work or just in everyday life?
Yeah, take a beat. Take a beat, stop, and feel and identify the tension that you're dealing with. So I call it feel it, assess it, right? You say, what am I really doing? And then cleanse it, breathe. Okay, I know what I'm dealing with, and then execute on a plan around the 7 tensions to respond. So a lot of it's taking that beat and being honest with yourself about what tension you're feeling and why, and addressing it.
And finally, where can our viewers go for more information and about your book and some of these negotiation techniques?
Absolutely. So you can just go to your favorite bookseller or Amazon.com or my website, cash@cashnickerson.com.
Cash Nickerson, thanks for joining me this morning, my friend.
It was my pleasure. Thank you. Have a great day.
For veterans and their families, finding the right place to start fresh can make a huge difference in the transition to civilian life. Navy Federal and Sperling's Best Places have released their 2024 Best Cities After Service list, highlighting the top spots nationwide. Clay Stackhouse, a financial expert and Marine Corps veteran, joins us to break down the list and share advice for veterans looking to make the next big move. Welcome, Clay.
Thank you, Abby. Thanks for having us.
Let's start with the top cities for veterans. Who made the list this year, and how are these locations selected?
Well, Navy Federal realizes, because we serve military veterans and their families, in talking to military and veterans, that the transition can be very stressful. As a matter of fact, I made the transition about 9.5 years ago, and I found it very stressful. But we also realized that everybody does that transition much differently. There's all sorts of different jobs you serve in the military. So we actually made 5 different lists this year. We have an overall best cities list. We have a retired veterans list, best cities for veterans to start a business, best to buy a home, and best small towns. Because everybody's going to look at these lists differently. Actually, the top 3 on our best cities after service list is number 3 is Derry, New Hampshire. Number 2 is Norwich, Connecticut. And number 1 is Sarasota, Florida.
What is it about all these cities that make them so well suited for veterans and their families?
Right, that's a great question, because overall is going to be a smattering of different things, but we want everybody to go to NavyFederal.org/best cities and see the comprehensive list of these different cities and what they have to offer, because what the person is looking into, as a matter of fact, my son should be transitioning out of the Marine Corps soon. He's going to be looking for something totally differently than I was when I retired after he did a 4-year enlistment. He may be looking for new careers, buying a house, things like that. So go and look at this list, but each place offers its own thing, and we want all the veterans who are transitioning to know that Navy Federal, I live to serve for military veterans and their families. I felt like I left my identity in the closet with my uniform when I got out, and now I'm able to help them. So this is just another way Navy Federal is focusing these veterans' attentions on where they're going to land, because it is such an important part of their transition.
And this list comes out every year. Why is it such an important resource for veterans?
Well, it changes. We've done best careers after service. We've done best cities after service. And what this is, Abby, is just a vehicle for us to show these veterans that there's a lot of things out there that can help them and help them focus, pinpoint on what it is they want in their transition. Some people want to get back to an infirmed parent or go back to a house that they've owned. Each one is individual. That's why it's so important to go to NavyFederal.org and look to see all of the things we have to offer. We have podcasts, Making Sense podcasts, free financial education. There's a lot. And if I had to do my transition over again, Abby, I would certainly take better advantage of all of these things we offer.
And what advice would you give veterans who are planning to move to civilian life and they want to start on the right financial foot?
Right. You have to stop and consider what you think is important moving forward, right? And you have to know what is offered in each different town. It's going to get you to slow down. It's going to get you to focus on your finances and all the things that we can do to help you. So these are vehicles whereby we can help people just make that transition a little smoother.
And for anyone interested in exploring these resources further, where can they go?
Yeah, go to NavyFederal.org. To see the list, go to NavyFederal.org/best cities. And 888-842-6328 is a 24-hour number for Navy Federal.
Thanks for joining us today, Clay.
Thank you, Abby.
You know, one of the biggest challenges of holiday hosting is actually trying to enjoy the party that you're putting together. So today we're joined by Parker Wallace, cookbook author, lifestyle expert, and holiday hosting pro, to kind of share some time-saving tips to make your next gathering stress-free, or as stress-free as we can, because you know it's the holidays. Parker is the author of Eat Rich, Stay Skinny, A Girl's Guide to Holiday Feasting, and the creator of popular site Parker's Plate. Welcome to the show, Parker. Welcome back, my friend.
What an intro. Thank you so much. Great to be with you, Dan.
I always enjoy having you here. You always help me out with some cool ideas. I'm a terrible host, well, TV and party host, so I'm doing my best, and I need your help.
I think you're crushing it on the TV hosting. We got to help you with the holiday hosting.
Okay. So, what do you think is a go-to secret for pulling off a great holiday party or meal or any of that?
Yeah, it's all about amping up the flavor and minimizing the hassle. So you've got to have a plan that's going to take the stress out of holiday entertaining. So you can do what you do best, which is enjoying the actual party. So let's get the work done before the party starts, because that's what I like to call turnkey delicious, Dan.
When it comes to drinks, how can hosts keep it simple, but yet still make it feel special?
We need a wine that is going to elevate the occasion, and that's why my go-to is Rayburn Winery. Oh my gosh, these delicious Sonoma County wines are perfect for festive pairings. They complement the flavors of the season with their elegant Chardonnay, Cabernet, Pinot Noir, and Rayburn is also making the holidays even more memorable with their Uncork Joy holiday sweepstakes. So now, through November 30th, you can visit rayburnwinery.com to enter for a chance to win everything that you need to host the ultimate holiday gathering. And these prizes, Dan, are valued at over $3,500. So the perfect way to really get your holiday going.
Nice. All right. Well, what's an easy way to add a little extra flavor to holiday meals?
Well, you've got to have high-quality whipped cream, and my must-have of the season and every season in between is President whipped cream. Now, the wow factor, their secret, is their authentic French Chantilly recipe. And this transforms any simple dessert or holiday beverage into an indulgent, handcrafted masterpiece. It contains only high-quality ingredients, so no corn syrup, and you get that long-lasting hold from kitchen to plate. And there are 2 showstopper varieties. So you've got the original with those notes of Madagascar vanilla and extra creamy. So it's luscious, it's decadent, it is going to transform and elevate anything for that occasion that you add it to.
And planning, it's always overwhelming.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any shortcuts or tips to help take the stress out of party planning and prep?
Absolutely. You've got to have somebody help you with that heavy holiday lifting, right? That's where Firehouse Subs comes in. They are launching their scrumptious Thanksgiving turkey sub, complete with, wait for it, premium carved turkey. You've got layers of stuffing and cranberry sauce, mayo, all served hot on a toasted sub roll. And Firehouse is giving back to the community they serve. So with every purchase of every sandwich on their menu, a portion of those proceeds goes to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation. And they've provided over $89 million worth of life-saving equipment and resources for first responders across the nation. So I just love that this is a company that has sandwiches and subs that taste so good, and they're doing so much good for the community.
I love their subs, actually.
Yeah.
Are there any other tips for making holiday entertaining just easier?
Yes, let's talk about snacks. And Sahali snacks are a game changer in the snack game. They are crafted with layers of delicious tastes and textures made from the highest quality and purest ingredients, Dan. These are going to be such a hit with your guests because they have these unique glazed mixes like pomegranate, vanilla-flavored cashews, my personal favorite, maple pecans. They add the perfect touch to any celebration, and your taste buds will literally be doing a happy dance. So I love them, every handful. I like them straight out of the bag, but you can use them to elevate any appetizer, salad, or charcuterie board that you add them to.
All right, they'll put the cute in charcuterie.
Yeah.
All right, that's my bad joke for the day. Am I missing anything, or where can we get more information?
Keep your day job, Dan. No, just kidding. You can go to tipsontv.com. tipsontv.com and follow me on social at Parker's Plate.
Parker Wallace, you're a hero. Thanks for joining me again this morning. Tyler Perry's latest drama, Beauty in Black, is already bringing some serious intrigue on Netflix. The show follows two women from very different walks of lives as their worlds collide in unexpected ways. So today, I got Crystal Stewart, who plays Mallory, and Taylor Polidor-Williams, who stars as Kimmy, here to give us an inside look on the series. Welcome to the show, you two.
Hello. Hey, Dan. Thanks for having us.
All right, Beauty in Black brings together two very different characters on a collision course. Can you tell us about your characters and how their paths cross in the series?
You can start.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like you said, Dan, I play Kimmy. And when we find Kimmy, she is just trying to survive. She is a product of an abusive household, was kicked out as a young person, and she's found herself in this whirlwind, crazy world, working in a strip club, being trafficked. It's literally the worst of the worst happening. And Mallory is a huge source of inspiration to her. And the way that the worlds collide is something that you have to watch, because it's literally, it is the entire story, but it collides in the most menacing way, the most crazy way. Yeah.
Yes. And Mallory, I'm this businesswoman, owns this hair company, a super mogul, millionaire, and my public persona is like carefully crafted. Like, so I'm philanthropic, I have a perfect family, everything is great, I'm very friendly, I love my fans, but behind closed doors, I'm like this vindictive bee. I'm completely like, just mean, I guess you could say.
To say the least.
And vindictive. So she's inspiring to be like me, but she doesn't know how I am behind closed doors.
And now that the show is out, what do you think viewers can expect from part one of Beauty in Black, and what are you guys most excited for audiences to see?
I am so excited for people. They are going to be like, this is so insane. Next episode. Next episode. It's one of those things.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's definitely binge worthy. It's sexy, it's edgy, it's dramatic, and it's so many characters. I feel the audience will find someone that they can resonate with or just fall in love with.
It's gritty.
All right, don't miss Beauty in Black. It's now streaming on Netflix. Crystal Stewart, Taylor Polidor-Williams, thank you two for joining me this morning.
Thanks, Dan. You have a good one.
And that's it for New Mexico Rising. I want to thank you for tuning in and checking out the show. We still got a family 4-pack of passes that we can give you to the advanced screening of Red 1 Tuesday night in Albuquerque. These are VIP tickets, and skip the big old line that's outside. Go to our website, NewMexicoRising.com. Until next week, that was New Mexico Rising.